Alright, so in the newest update, TZE added a lot of skill builder blocks, and little birdie told me that you want to learn all the new skill builder features. Now, of course, I'm not that experienced with them. I messed around with them for like 30 minutes beforehand. This is just what I know on how to use them. So, I'm assuming all of you already know like how to even add a move set or a skill to your move set. And if you don't know how, here's how. So first, you're gonna spawn a moveset block, and just resize it to like to where you can like walk into it. And the input ID, you're just gonna put whatever you want in here. So like I'm gonna put in not, which is very important later. And you can do this with any of these input blocks. All you need to do is put the output ID to be the exact same as the moveset block's input ID. However, if you want it to just be, you walk into it and you get the skill, then you're going to want to scroll down, go into a not gate, then put the output ID to whatever the input ID to your skill block is. For example, I put not in my moveset block input ID, and not is the not gate's output ID. So now, okay, actually, wait. This is just for showing, but now whenever I walk into it, I get the skill. You just set this because that's the default. So now, here's how to make custom skills. You're gonna want to click custom right here. Boom, it pops up. Now, if you want this to like replace whatever skill you currently have, you're gonna want to go into properties, and then select these conditions or properties. Replace skill if occupied, prevent override, keep when moveset switches. And if you want to have like a custom ultimate or anything, then for your base moves, you're going to want to activate Hide and Awakening, but keep Hide and Base off. And then for your ultimate moves, it's just the same thing, but the other way around. And in conditions, these are pretty self-explanatory. However, I should note, this makes it seem like you can only use it if you're on the ground. It's the other way around. For some reason, false means true, I think. So yeah. And now I'm just gonna assume you guys like know the basics on a custom moveset. So I'm just gonna go right into the new features. So velocity. This has a bit. So these are, like where you'll actually move. So if you don't know the XYZ thing, okay, correct me if I'm wrong here. I didn't pay that much attention in school. X is length, Y is height, so up and down, and then Z is width. So in JJS, Z is forward, backwards, Y is up and down, X is side to side. So if I were to put like 15X, 15Y, and then, time. So this is how long it takes for you to get from point A, where you're standing, to point B, where you're moving. So let's put like 0.5, which means it will take me 0.5 seconds to move 15X and Y. And then fade just fades you into the movement and then out of the movement instead of just making you go into a straight continuous line. I'd recommend turning this off. Or turning it on. Sorry. And tracking. Tracking is a little bit odd. If you have it off, you're not going to be able to move while you're getting, moved. But if you have it on, you're going to be able to move. And last hit, I'll go over that later. Ragdoll. This is basically just how long you want to be ragdolled. If you don't want to be ragdolled, put it at 0. But if you want to be ragdolled, then just type whatever here, and that's how many seconds you'll be ragdolled. True ragdoll, basically just make it so you can't evasive out of whatever ragdoll, if you have it. So now, let's try out this velocity block. Yeah. Now, of course, you can make a much higher number. Like, I only use 15. You can do 50 and do cool stuff with it. You can, like, make yourself fly in the air and everything. Whatever. Alright. Now for connect. Connect is very confusing, and there's a good chance you might not get it on your first go. So these two, you don't need to worry about them. This is the main thing. So signal. So just for the example, I'm just going to put whatever as a signal. And now, this is outside of the moveset block. You're going to want to find this connect block. And this, the signal. So what you're going to do is you're just going to want to put the signal in here, whatever the signal is in there, and the output ID can be whatever you want. You can activate anything with the skill. So like, let's say I want this output block to turn on whenever it receives whatever one. And then here, I can make the output ID whatever one, which connects it to this light block. And since this skill has the same signal as this connect block, whenever I use it, it turns the light block on. And then whenever I use it again, it turns the light block off. And then the time is just kind of like the delay between activating it, and range means basically you have to be within a certain range of the connect block in order for it to activate. I would recommend keeping it at infinite, but if you want to do like a cool effect with it, then you can. Alright, hitbox. This one is a lot more confusing than the previous two. Like, even I don't know how to fully use this. So hitbox. This just basically spawns a hitbox, and there are a bunch of different properties you can do. So X, Y, Z, these work exact same as a velocity block, but instead of moving you, it's like offsetting whatever hitbox you want. So Z makes it spawn in front or behind you, Y makes it spawn above or below, and then X makes it spawn side to side. And then size, this is just how big the hitbox actually is. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure this is in studs. So, look here. So this part, whenever you spawn it in, this is a 2 by 1 by 1.2. And then this says size, it's a 6 by 6 by 6. So the hitbox, wait, let me just, alright. So this, so look, 1, or 1, yeah, 1. Or, huh. Okay, never mind. 4 by 2 by 1.2 is whenever you spawn it in. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 4, 5, 6. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the size of a 6 by 6 by 6 hitbox. Now, if you wanted it to be like, so this works also exactly the same as the velocity block. X is side to side, Z is forward to back, Y is up down, you know. But if you wanted it to be like extremely forward, 50 is a bit much, but that would make it like that big. And it just kind of spawns a hitbox. Now these, stun is how long it stuns whoever's in there in seconds. Damage is, of course, you know, how much damage it takes. Now attack type, this is interesting. So if you don't know, Maharaga, whenever he adapts to attacks, a little wheel on your screen pops up and it says like melee, explosive damage, and then minus 60 or whatever. This is just setting what attack type it is. But it's not just for Maharaga adaptation. It has its own little effects. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the 4 attack types are melee, bullet, explosive, and then swarm. Basically, melee is counterable by all counters. Bullet's only counterable by Manji Kick and Eye Catching. And then explosive isn't counterable by anything. And then I don't know what swarm does. Now these are pretty self-explanatory. Blockable just means if it's blockable or not. 360 block means you can block it like from behind, you know, even though most attacks you can't block from behind. If you have that on, it makes it so you can block it from all angles. And then cancel enemy, this just makes it so that it cancels whatever the enemy's doing. So like if they're M1ing and then they get hit by the hitbox, it cancels it. You know, like any other move. So now, let's test it out. Yeah. And of course, I set it to 1 damage, so it's not going to do that much. But you know, can do a lot with it. Alright. Now, if you haven't been looking up this entire video, they added new branch things. Now, of course, this is also used in hit cancel. So, like, let's say I have Cursed Strikes here, and then I wait 2 for cancel last Flowing Red Scale. This is how you used to set it up. So what this does now is that if you hit Cursed Strikes, it does Flowing Red Scale. But if you don't hit it, it doesn't do Flowing Red Scale. But now, they've done some new things. So, if I were to type in 1 into this branch, go up here, 1, and then remove this, and place it here. So now, what this does is that if I hit Cursed Strikes, it goes to this branch, which does Flowing Red Scale. But if I don't hit it, it doesn't go to this branch. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not sure. So, see, like, if I miss it. Oh. Huh. Okay, other way around. That's my bad. Alright, well, now I have to go kill myself. Alright, give me 1 moment. Alright, so now, you know, if I miss it, you know, it doesn't do Flowing Red Scale because of the hit cancel. But if I do hit it, it does Flowing Red Scale. I'm pretty sure you can still do the old method. I'm not entirely sure. But with these branches, you can now make, like, legitimate variants, as in, like, air variants and everything. So, here's how to do that. I'm just going to make another branch real quick. So, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to place this branch block and then put in, like, the 2 branches, or 3, or however many you have. And now, you're going to want to go to 1. So, this is going to be the grounded variant. So, this means I can only use it on the ground, and for here, let's just go with, like, extended swings or something. And then this is going to be the air variant. So, this means you can only use it in the air. And let's do, like, Cursed Strikes real quick. So now, what this does is that it runs both branches at the same time. But since they have different conditions, you'll only do 1. So, if I use it on the ground... okay, other way around. Again, my bad. Alright, so... why did I not get it? Alright, that was weird. Anyways, so now, if I use it on the ground, I get extended swing. But if I use it in the air, I get Cursed Strikes. And you can do this with any other condition. Like, if you're in or out of a domain, how much health you have. Durability doesn't work for these. If you have a target or not. If you're awakened or not. Which, you know, only applies if you don't hide it in Awakening. How much ult you have. So, yeah. Oh, and also, there are new interaction blocks that do actually add onto Skill Builder. So, I'm just gonna go through these real quick. The special block, if you walk through this, it replaces your R special. And if you go here, it's just a custom moveset, but you activate it by pressing R instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, let's say I want my R special to be, like, let's say, stockpile. Sure. And I walk into here. You're not going to see any difference, but whenever I press R, it does stockpile instead of regular Gojo teleport, like it normally is. And now, for the awakening block. This one is huge, in my opinion. So here's the awakening block. So here, you can put, you know, input ID, whatever. The custom name, this is what's gonna show up above it. So you can put, like, and then this number here, this is the duration, which is how much the ultimate lasts. And this is in seconds, so if you do 60, it's gonna be a full minute. If you do 30, it's gonna be 30 seconds, so on and so forth. Let's just go with 60, I guess. And then this is the ultimate animation. So let's just go like, hey, Anera, Kamatuka, whatever. And then, you know, just make it real big. Of course, that gets tagged. So now, if you walk through it, see, look, it says cool transformation. And if you activate it, cool transformation now, and you get all the cool moves. Now, you can't actually make base onlys with this. If you set the duration to 0, and, wait. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for this to run out. Or, actually... Alright. So if you set the duration to 0, and you put, like, an attack there, now, whenever you activate it, it just... goes straight back to base. So you can make base onlys with this, you know, if you really want to. So yeah, that's most of the cool new stuff in this update, I think. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't think there is. Okay, that's all. Bye.